Welcome to Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen of Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
Welcome on into Insights into Insurance with Americana Insurance's Tom Sorensen. And Tom, we've got another great show this week. We'll get to who's here, but we'll start off with the email if that's all right with you.
That sounds great, Paul.
All right. It's from Carol, and Carol says, I've been listening to your show every Saturday, and I would like to ask, what should I be looking for in an agency or agent to know that they're good, as in good for me? Aren't they all the same?
Carol, boy, you just gave me a loaded question. There are many, many factors, Carol, to what makes a good agent or an agency. I'm going to list a few here first of all, I think the top priority is trust, their expertise, their insurance offerings, their cost, or I should say what you get for the money, okay? Not necessarily as cheap as the best, and not necessarily as the most expensive the best, okay? What type of coverage, availability to your agent or agency? You want to be, you want somebody there when you need them. Risk management solutions. What do they offer in those platforms as far as risk management solutions? Do you feel you are important to them? And then service and offerings of service and so on and so on. I could go on for quite a while here, but one of the things with this email kind of got me thinking is, and this is where I'm going to introduce our guests today, is I've got Alex Ball and Justin Smith from ADB Studios from Rochester, Minnesota, actually, and they are... Well, I'm going to let Alex tell me who they are and what they do, but they are marketing experts, and they work with businesses big and small, and they work with many insurance agencies. So I'm going to ask them and see what they feel is important, what businesses do to be successful. So good morning, Alex and Justin.
Oh, hey, Tom. Thanks for having us on. My job, as you said, is advertising, and I thought it was kind of funny that you asked me over here to talk about what makes a good insurance agent, because I'm like, well, that's your job.
Yeah, but if I do it, I'm bragging.
Yeah, okay. But it is true. One of the best things I ever heard anybody ever say about advertising is that advertising isn't magic. It doesn't make anything happen that isn't already going to happen. All it does is make it happen faster. So in other words, if you're really good at something, people will eventually find out and they will use your products and services. And if you are really awful at something, people will also find out and they'll stop using your products and services.
That's a good point.
The only thing that advertising does is it gets the message out faster. More people try you sooner, and then they make the decision as to whether they want to stay with you because you do a superior business, or whether they really want to move on because you're just not worth their time. So I guess from that standpoint, I'm very fortunate to work with different companies they're really good at what they do. And I'm also fortunate to sort of be able to kind of pick and choose who I work with, to be honest with you. And so I like to work with people. I don't want to put a lot of effort into helping somebody go broke. I want to put a lot, I don't want that to be what happens. I want to work with good people. So there are some things that I
and that's kind of why I brought you in here. And truthfully, if people are hiring you, first of all, they're probably a successful company because they're actually putting resources towards hiring somebody to help with their marketing and advertising. But and so that's one step that businesses got to take. They got to realize, hey, I'm not the expert. We need to get somebody that is an expert in that industry to help us be successful. So I guess that's why I'm here, is because you do work with so many successful businesses. And obviously you can see there's probably more successful to less successful businesses that you work with. And I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to look at, is working with insurance agencies and businesses. What do you see that creates a successful business? What are the characteristics?
As I look at the different businesses that I've worked with, and insurance agencies in particular, what it really comes down to is customer service. But that's just a phrase, customer service. What it really comes down to is what do they think about? What does the business think about its customers? When you walk into that business, when you meet with the owners, when you meet with the people that work for the business, do you really get the feeling that they care what happens to their clients? I'll be honest with you, as you said, you can't say it because you're bragging, but I can say this with a lot of truth. We've been doing business together now for, I think it's been about 3 or 4 years.
Seems like 25.
Just think if I came over more often, how bad it would be.
Yeah, right. I think it's probably close to 5 years, yeah.
I knew that I wanted to work with your company when I came in. Before I even met you in person, face to face, I came in and I sat down in your lobby. And if you've been into Americana Insurance's lobby, you might have seen this. There is a book that's resting on a coffee table. It's one of those photo books that you can put together online, and it's the story of I think it's the Ravenhorse farm,
yes,
isn't it?
It's Alan is the father, and Jeff is the son, and Jeff's spouse, Stacy, and their family, yes.
And what the book is pictures before, after, and after pictures. Was it 2010?
Yep.
They have a beautiful farm. Of course, I'd never met these people, obviously. I'm not from this part of Minnesota, but they have a beautiful farm. And in 2010, a devastating tornado pretty much obliterated the whole property.
Yes, we had 3 of them go through our county.
Yeah, and in fact, I wasn't even in Minnesota at the time, I remember that. The book is full of pictures. Not only did the community come together to help these people rebuild, but Americana Insurance is also in there, and they put in a lot of effort as a company to help these people rebuild their farm. When I saw that Americana was the kind of business that cared that much, I knew right there that I wanted to work with this company. I knew you guys had what it took to be successful because you did care that much, that your clients actually put that together. That's a no-brainer.
Well, thank you. That's very nice to hear. And the check's in the mail, by the way.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's time to take a break. So then we're going to come back and talk more about the things that you guys do for us and the things that you do for other companies that customers should look for to create, like what Carol is asking for is what sets and separates good agencies with, I shouldn't say bad agencies, but better agencies. How's that sound?
Okay.
And we'll do that in just 30 seconds.
We'll be back with more insights into insurance next.
You know when your line starts singing and you're positive you've hooked into a big one, but sometimes everything stops. Suddenly, it's a sad story about the one that got away. Crops can be like that too. You put in all the work, but there's always a chance nature might try and take it away. At Americana, we help farmers find the best crop insurance options to protect against loss from hail, excess moisture, drought, wind, and fire. So put Americana in your tackle box. Americana Insurance. We're the A-team. AmericanaInsurance.com.
Back here on Insights into Insurance with Americana Insurance's Tom Sorensen. And Tom, before we took that 30-second break, Alex was talking about more or less the customer experience when they walk into Americana Insurance. And I think that is an important takeaway for the listener to realize that the experience is one of the first things that comes. But there are other aspects, and I know you've got some more questions for our other guest, Justin.
Yes, and Justin Smith works ADB Studios and with Alex, and so he does a lot of the marketing items with them. And so I guess to try to answer Carol's question even beyond here is what are agencies and what are businesses doing to create them as being better businesses. And so my question, I guess, to Justin is, what are the things that you see that successful businesses and agencies are doing? What are the things that you guys offer, and what are the things that you see them doing?
So, yeah, that's a great question. And thank you very much for the question, Carol and Tom. When it comes to businesses that are providing more value for their clients, it's really about just that, providing more value. It's not just taking your money, you're another number, and they just kind of set it and forget it, but they're following up with additional resources, providing information and knowledge to you that keeps you informed and ensures that, you're on top of things and you're not falling behind, and with social media and sending newsletters and emails and so forth, providing additional content.
I think what is important here is all of those things, the social media, the content, making sure that you're informed, even paying for advertising. What that says, Tom, to me about a business is when they're making that investment in their business, when a business owner is making that investment, it says that they care about their business, they care about how it is perceived, and ultimately that means that they care about what happens to you, the customer, because they're putting that in. If you're seeing somebody who's not putting that kind of effort into their business, then odds are, and I hate to say it, but we all know what happens, odds are they're more interested in just collecting a monthly fee. They're not interested in what happens to you. And just to bring it back to that book we were talking about before about the tornado, that's where the rubber hits the road. If you're going to do insurance or any other business, but especially insurance, you want somebody who's going to be there when the tornado hits. You want somebody who's going to be there to help you pick up the pieces.
So, Justin, when you work with companies, so when you talk about social media and email newsletters, are you talking about companies trying to sell you something over that, or what are you saying?
No, with that, you're really looking for a company that wants to make sure you understand the product that you're getting, that understands that there are life events that occur and changes to that product and service that will happen, and you need to have that information. It's ensuring that you're up on the latest change to your car insurance or your home insurance policy. You know, whether you've got a sump pump and you need an electronic backup for that sump pump. And that's going to help you lower rates and so forth. But not only that, it's going to prevent your basement from flooding, costing you a whole lot more money. But you might not know that having an electronic backup for your sump pump is essential.
Right, yes. I get exactly what you're saying now. It's not necessarily you're trying to sell products. You're just trying to say, maybe almost educate your clients.
Exactly.
So above all those things, are there other characteristics that you guys see in businesses that you see like, oh yeah, okay, we got the websites, we got the advertising, we got the social media, we got the email newsletters, but how about just like little things? Do you guys see that?
You know what's funny is that you say that because we came over from Rochester for a meeting today, and one of the things that happens when you walk into Americana Insurance is that you're immediately met at the door by a very friendly face. It's usually Lori. And
wait a second, it's not me? Friendly face? Come on.
You're in the back.
Oh, okay.
You're in the back.
All right.
You got to be in a lot of trouble to get back to Tom's office. Anyway, no, but you meet up with Lori. She comes into the office, and the first thing she wants to know is, you want something to drink? You want a cold drink? You want pop? You want to, and that it's a little thing. It tells you that you're valued as, in my case, I mean, I work for Americana, so the fact that they treat me like that, frankly, I'm always amazed by that, and so to be a customer is just, that's the kind of thing I think you want to look for.
Well, it makes you feel wanted, That's the value there. You're another number, you're coming in, we have to take care of you, you're a burden all of a sudden, but you feel good. You feel wanted by them. So.
Exactly.
Well, just a small little thing, I guess, that we do in our agency has actually been noticed, and that's kind of nice to hear. And again, payments in the mail, Alex and Justin. But actually that question was one of those little things. I guess those are things that I guess probably are important to people that you don't even realize. Yeah, we do stock our refrigerator up with pop and water and coffee and make sure that that's there. But and we do want to make everybody feel wanted and feel welcomed. So my guess is that we're not the only business that makes you feel that way. I'm just trying to find out, answer for Carol what those are, what those things are, those little things. So you guys and ADB Studios, how would somebody contact you if they're interested in doing business with you?
Well, the best way to do that is to look us up on the web. We're at www.adb-advertising.com, and just sort of go there. I would encourage people to take a look at us before you even call. Can we help you? And then we're happy to help and have a conversation.
Well, Alex and Justin, I just want to say thank you, and hopefully we helped a little bit on Carol's question. I think, Carol, you need to, what the take you from this would be is look at big things, look at little things, look and make sure that you're going to be wanted as a client or feel like you're wanted, that you're not just taken for. Okay. In closing, if you want to get a hold of me, our phone number here, or my phone number at Americana Insurance is 507-377-2000. And if you'd like to email me or email a question to the show, it's insights@americanainsurance.com.
It's been Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen and Americana Insurance. We'll be back next week.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is intended to be educational in nature. Before acting upon any information obtained during the Insights into Insurance radio show broadcast, consult an appropriately licensed professional.